Hey guys, surprise, surprise, another video one day later, actually. But what I'm doing in this video is I want you to give me feedback. It's that time again. And this time I want you to be a little more expanding in your suggestions. For instance, what are you all struggling with? Anything in particular? Do you like the fact that my niche, which is not a strict little niche for just makeup or hair or something like that, it's broader. It's all about aging successfully in your older years, how to eat, how to exercise, how to interact with other people, how to have fun and be happy, how to take care of yourself, so many things like that. And being an ex-teacher, I have decided, and I've done so much research lately. I've been watching those educational how to do this on YouTube, how to be better, so forth and so on. And to the best of my ability, I'm going to try to improve what I can. I'm not a techie wizard, so there's a lot of things I just can't do. This is an experiment. Number one, I'm experimenting with the light. As some of you have mentioned, when I sit over there in front of that window, natural light, my face loses all the clarity. So I'm trying some different locations here to see how we're doing. Some okay, some not. I don't know how to adjust my camera all by myself to fix the lighting. Can you believe that? And I have to go up to Apple to my guys up there to help me do anything super techy. So I'm on my own here so far as the technical aspect, but I can improve it in making every video worthwhile to you. So tell me what you're enjoying, not only right now on my YouTube, but what you think you'd like me to do more. There's so many aspects of aging. Did you like the last video where we talked about feeling invisible and irrelevant? That's something that I find a lot of people at some point in their lives struggle with. More stuff like that. So tell me how long you like the videos. Some people like the long ones. Some people like the shorter ones. And by the way, what do you think of the shorts that I've been doing? You know, they're so easy to do. I do them on my camera. They take 15, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, and they give a message to you or to new people if they want to watch it. I guess YouTube puts them out depending on whether they like them or not. And it brings more viewers to our channel, which, you know, I like that. It's part of doing something and being successful at it all my life. That's the goal. If you're going to do something, when I decided to be a teacher, I wanted to be a great teacher. And when I decided to sell real estate, I wanted to be really a good real estate broker and help people. All the other things that I did in my life, my romancing the home, catalog and retail business, I wanted that to do. And I figured out how to do all those things well, better than well in most cases. So I want that to be the same with this YouTube. And while I'm still able and willing and enjoying all the comments and the fact that you all say I'm inspiring, I love that. I'm glad. When I hear your stories of how I have inspired you, wow, that inspires me. So I love being friends with you all. And tell me, do you like the little bits of teachable moments? Now that doesn't mean I'm going to get on there and preach to you. I don't want that. I did not want to give up teaching when I retired at 68. As a matter of fact, I substituted right away as I got into retirement with Moosey, and I thought, this isn't for me. I miss the teaching, I miss activity, this and that. And that's something that I want to talk about too one of these days. So I went back to subbing. I subbed probably 3 days a week until I was 80. I think it was almost 81. I probably was the oldest teacher in the school for a while, but I loved it and I was able to do a good job of it. Let's see. So I'm going to try out a couple of locations. This is sort of a video that I'm trying out lighting. One of the things that I listened to last night, I had 2 or 3 hours of being awake all night, and that's another subject that I know we all talk about. As you get older, you just have these moments of waking, whether it's getting up to go to the bathroom, and then not being able to go back to sleep. We'll discuss that. There's so many aspects to aging successfully, and it's a broad niche. I'll still do the hair because I love to fool around with different hairdos. I still will do the makeup because as an 87-year-old, I need it now. I need it to cover up blemishes. And let's face it, ladies, you look and you feel better with makeup. I'm not trying to look younger. I mean, what's the difference between looking 75 and looking 87? Not much, right? So that's not my goal, to look younger. It's to look better and to feel better. And I think the makeup is there. And I have hints too. I did read that people like it. Now, as you know, I don't do links. I don't have an Amazon store and I don't do sponsors right now. I did do 1 or 2. I might add, though, that I do very much appreciate all the ads that AdSense puts on there. There are many different kinds of very helpful ads that go in the middle of my videos and on the ends. And I do hope that you watch them and pay attention to them. And some of them are geared toward what I do and what I talk about, and some of them are geared toward things that they think you might like. So there are some great ads on there, and that's called AdSense. That I don't know how it works. I have nothing to do with it, but I do appreciate them, and I would love it if you watch them. I don't think anyone has objected to them, and I thank you for that. Actually, I think they're probably a nice little break in between my chit-chat. But I do recommend things that I use that help me in the house, with makeup, with hair, with clothing. When I go to Walmart, I'll tell you about something that I like. So I will recommend products, clothing, fashion. I will still continue to do all that, but it's not something I make any money on because I'm not sponsored by any of that, and I don't have the Amazon store, which is why I don't do links. But I will give you, if I get something on Amazon, I'll give you the description, and then you can punch it in and do your own little thing and go to Amazon and pick up if you prefer, if you like it. So the other thing that I have been recommended by these educators is the teachable moment, that every single video you put should have something, whether it's subtle, you watch a movie and from that movie you get how to express kindness or something like that. That's a teachable moment. As long as you have the ability to draw that out and to say, gosh, that was a great movie. And with all the things going on in the movie, you did notice kindness coming out in some of the characters. So I don't know whether to ask you specific questions. Do tell me if there are things that you are struggling with, that you want to know more about, anything that has to do with aging. One thing that I would love to be able to do is to attract younger people, not the teeny boppers, they have their own world going on right now, or the young people raising families. Well, we elderly ladies and gentlemen certainly have a lot to share. And in my last video, I tried to stress that if people would take advantage of our knowledge, we've been there, we've done it. And me raising 6 kids, let me tell you, I don't think there was anything that we didn't struggle with during those kinds of years, or even now. as our family grows to 20 grandchildren and almost 17 great-grandchildren. We are so lucky to have lived this long, to be able to enjoy all of them, and I am so grateful for that. And so is my Moosey, too, by the way. So you can live comfortably and simply if you have disabilities. Of course, you know Moosey's situation. He has a walker. He doesn't have balance. He's had many falls, broken hips, and the last one was his neck, the batty, and that's why he has to wear that brace. But he's accepted that. And even with these things within the family and me as a caretaker, we have learned acceptance and gratefulness. I mean, worse than wearing a neck brace the rest of your life could have happened. We have to be careful of future falls, not only with Moosey, but me. I mean, what would happen to us if I fell? And by the way, I've had my falls. I started falling about 80. That's getting off in a tangent. That's another video about being aware of your own mobility. When you think you're still full of vim and vigor, you're not, because you're gonna fall, which I did, because I didn't think I was old. And then on, until I finally realized you gotta watch it and quit running around like an idiot, which I did eventually stop. I'm asking you, please give me some feedback. What I will do is I'll go over all your comments. And remember my niche being a broad one, because there's too much. I'm into too much to narrow down to something. Makeup, hair, yes, I love to do it. Fashion, I love it, but it's not my main take. I've got a lot going on the inside too, and I want to be able to help you with things that you're struggling with, or things that you're enjoying at the moment, or things that you want to know more about. So be a little more specific in comments. I would love it. And then I'll go through them all and we'll talk about them in the next couple of videos. I'm still going to do those videos about safety and making our lives easier in the kitchen and in the garden. Those were two other parts. I did the bedroom, the bathroom, and the car, didn't I? Yes, I did. And so we still have two more areas where I do have more hints about how to make life easier for us, and so many more ideas. I'm starting to write them down so that I can do a little better planning. The planning and the editing are important, I think. And I just want to make better videos for you too. Oh, by the way, I have to apologize for my last video. As you know, there was a section in there, it was actually 1 minute and 5 seconds, where I was explaining something with my hands and there was no sound. And I'm so sorry that part got missed. Fortunately, it wasn't an integral part of the video. And someone said it looked like you were talking about somebody playing the piano. But what I was talking about was the intro to Mikey and Dane and their busy hands. I did several clips of Mikey doing the capers with the breakfast and setting out the salmon, and then passing the bagels over to Dane, and Dane would be heating them up in the micro and putting the cream cheese on. And there were several clips that I thought I was being clever and just doing some quick clips of how busy the hands were. And that's why my hands were going like this. So I don't know what happened. My iPad is dying, and that's where I do my editing. I film on my camera, which is a 15, and it's fairly new, except that I have troubles with the brightness. And my guys up at the Apple place, I'm going there hopefully Friday, and have them adjust my camera. Maybe the settings are wrong. See, that's where I need help on the camera. And maybe that's why my features get washed away when I'm sitting here. There's nothing but natural light here. And maybe he can, one of my buddies can show me how to adjust that. But the iPad is probably 5 years old. And Mikey told me that these iPads eventually lose their working mechanism, and it gets duller and duller. And last night, I almost wasn't able to upload that video. Right when I finished, I did all my editing. I spent all the time on the editing. I went to push the done button, and the whole thing flipped upside down. Now, I've had that trouble before. Last year, I had several that I didn't realize it, and I put them on. They were all upside down. Then I couldn't find any sound anywhere, and I had to keep pushing buttons. Fortunately, I had to go and I pushed a button where the sound came back, and I checked every clip. I thought it was all of them, but that one didn't come out. So the old fix it is shut the thing down and let it sit for 10 seconds and then turn it on again, and that fixes everything. Well, it didn't fix this, and it wouldn't go on and wouldn't go on. I thought, okay, now it's dead completely. So today, Moosey said, go up and trade in what you have and whatever else you can get some money for on and get a new iPad. I know they're expensive, but if I'm going to continue this, I cannot have the frustrations of worrying about whether the video is going to come out upside down after working all day long on an edit and filming and whatever else, or a couple of days. So I apologize, and hopefully this video that I'm doing, I'm trying not to do too much in this one because it's kind of an experiment too, to see if I can upload without any problems. So there you go. That's why it's a shorty, and it doesn't have any flowers and fancy things on. I am cooking a bok choy tonight for Moosey and I with dumplings. And I think I cooked that once before on a video. I think I did, or at least I told you about it. And there was one little glitch on that one. I put too much miso in there and a little too much ginger. The ginger made it too spicy. So I'm going to go easy on that. We're looking forward to it. And maybe I will film it and put it in the next video. Oh, it's so good, especially when you chop up the bok choy and you leave the least leafy parts of it. I use baby bok choy, and then the dumplings, and I buy the broth. I don't make my own broth. Oh, so good. So we're looking forward to that tonight. And maybe in the next video, when I get everything okay, maybe have a new iPad by then. Maybe not, because I'm going to try and do more videos. The other thing is my schedule is not as set as I'd like it to be, and that's because of the life that we live. Sometimes if we have doctor appointments or something with Moosey, or something comes up or he needs some extra help, I can't always do my iPad. Sometimes my kitchen builds up to the point where I have to spend half a day on it. You know how life goes, right? Or sometimes my iPad's not working. I'm going to try and keep a better schedule going. I still would like to be able to do a video every couple of days. I love that. I love keeping in close contact with you. So that's my scoop for now, ladies and gents. So come back and with lots of comments for me. I appreciate you doing that for me to help me make better videos for you. I know a lot of you say, oh, Nanny, what you're doing is okay. And thank you for that. I appreciate it. But I do want things to be more helpful to you if I can. In the way of everything. Hair, makeup, fashion, whatever. Purging. That's a bad word with me, but I gotta try. I do. I really do. It will make me have a clearer mind. You might think it doesn't bother me, but it does. But it's so hard for me, too, at the same time. I might need Colleen to give me some therapy on that, right? Love you. Bye. And I hope this lighting is good. See you soon. God bless us all.